invoice. As I was pointing at the invoice, I looked at the invoice. I looked at a piece of mail that she had sitting around. I noticed the address was right, but the street was wrong.
What did you do?
I just put the cordless drill on reverse, backed out every screw, and just hauled ass out of there.
You took it all out again.
I took what I delivered out. Yeah.
You just
I took it out.
You ransacked their.
I put up like towel hooks in the bathroom and everything. I just backed everything out and hit the road. And she was panicking. She was on the phone.
Do you realize that these people may have been looking for you for a long time? I hope the LAPD is listening tonight. They're going to be knocking on the door here pretty soon.
Statute of limitations, Drew. It's ran out.
That's why you're telling the story finally. You're a bad guy. I thought you were a good guy.
There's many things about me.
Jennifer, it's 14. What can we do for you?
Hi, Ricky.
No, Ricky's on his big vacation.
Ricky is on a chaise lounge sucking out of a coconut now.
No, he's still in Orlando. He went to Disney World. I came back from Disney World. Those guys went out.
Oh, he did? You guys...
I have 3 kids, Lise. What's his excuse? Anyway, Jennifer, what's up?
Well... my period, it comes really early, 20 days for the past 3 months.
How long have you been menstruating for him? That's yours.
2 years.
2 years. And have they always been irregular?
No, just these 3 months.
They come a week early?
Yeah. It came today. It was supposed to come maybe next week or something.
That's your cycle is going 3 weeks instead of the usual 4 for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer, it's very common, particularly your age, for young women to be very, very irregular. In fact, it's kind of unusual that you would have already been very regular by 14.
Takes a while for the body to kind of pick up the rhythm.
Right. It sort of takes a while to establish itself, let's say. But you obviously got a very fixed rhythm and a very normal interval that you're used to having. And for some reason, it's just coming a week early. Are you under a lot of stress? Have your diet changed? Anything like that? You want any medication?
Yeah, I just started a diet a couple of days ago.
You what did?
I just started a diet. Lose a couple of pounds.
A couple of days ago?
Yeah.
But this has been 3 months this has been going on, right?
Yeah.
So it's not the diet. But the body starts setting the clock. Like, for instance, as you get older, you really get on a schedule. Like, I'm due to fart in 8 minutes, for instance. That's how it works.
Can you hold it 10?
Are you really going to throw off the schedule, Drew?
I know. But so Jennifer, I certainly wouldn't worry about it. You think there are some medical things that can be associated with this, certainly, but usually if there is a medical problem, the irregularity is much more pronounced than just what you're describing. If it bothers you, see a doctor. They can check some thyroid tests, make sure no infections, this sort of thing.
One more question.
Yeah.
Can a tampon hit the cervix when you insert it in?
Absolutely. If you
could?
Oh yes. If you feel it pushing up against something, that's what it probably is.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks for your call. You did good on that one, Adam.
Yeah, I shut up. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, thanks. This is Monica. What can we do for you?
Hi. I have a question. It's like a relationship question.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dating my boyfriend for a little over a year, and he told, every time I tell him I love him, he sometimes he says it back, and then sometimes he doesn't. And he told me the other day that I'm going overboard, that I say it too much, and that I'm kind of too affectionate. But, I mean, do you think that means he doesn't care about me, or...
How often do you say it?
Well, lately I've been saying it a lot.
Because he's not saying it, and you're trying to sort of rattle his cage a little?
Right.
Become a little desperation behind it, perhaps?
I'm not... I don't know. I'm just an affectionate person. And
okay.
How long have you guys been together?
A little over a year.
A year. And he is that's something he doesn't say very often.
No, and he told me he doesn't think you have to say it that much, that you should just be able to show it.
Does he show it?
Yeah, but even sometimes when I'm affectionate, he'll pull away sometimes, and that just makes me feel weird.
A lot of guys have trouble with the intimacy business.
Right.
Okay.
That doesn't mean he doesn't love you or he doesn't like you. It may mean that he's uncomfortable. It's too intense, overwhelming for him to have it that much in him, that much in his face, so to speak.
He could be, what it really is, Monica, is women, I guess, assume that they're uncomfortable with them, but they're really sort of uncomfortable with themselves.
With themselves.
Ultimately, and they have trouble.
There's two things. I mean, men are really not taught well in this society to express those kinds of feelings. And then if he comes from a family where there's not a lot of emotional openness, it really closes that all down, and it becomes very uncomfortable for people to be saying that.
That's true, because that's how he was raised. And also, he was molested when he was younger.
Oh.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah, well, that makes it very difficult to have intimacy.
Okay.
And that was he molested just once or repeatedly?
Just once, and it was by women when he was young, like about 7 years old or so.
By women,
Yeah, it
huh?
happens.
That happens?
I treated a patient once who was molested by his grandmother when he was a young kid.
Oh, that can't be right.
Yes.
Oh, no, I mean, it ain't right. I mean, that's bad.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know that probably affects him very deeply, obviously.
Was this a family member?
No.
Just like a roving female biker gang or something like that?
Neighbors next door. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it
7
happened.
years old.
Yeah.
Sick
Well,
world.
I'll tell you what, interestingly, if you look at the study of people who've gone through that kind of thing, sometimes a single abuse episode can be tolerated without a lot of problems later on. It obviously will, it's traumatic for him, it's obviously going to affect him, but it doesn't necessarily impair his ability to have intimacy by itself.
Okay.
It could. And I would certainly encourage someone who's been through anything like that to get medical treatment, to get psychotherapy and that kind of thing, to work through whatever effects there might be. But it may or may not be a significant issue here, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, this could be a societal thing. You know, if a couple of, adolescent guys are hugging, guy will drive by in a truck, honk the horn, and yell, "Hey, homos!"
Or beat him up.
Or beat him up.
Right.
Which
So
is very scary.
They sort of beat that stuff out of you early. Actually, I've just came up with another invention.
Oh, please.
You know how G.I. Joe had the kung fu grip?
Yeah.
How about the hugging arms? How about G.I. Joe with hugging arms?
Oh.
To help sort of indoctrinate the young men into a life of being comfortable with embracing people.
On the Toy Story, Woody was a pretty lovable character.
He was, wasn't he?
So you have to have a Buzz Lightyear also.
But he was named after a phase
All
of the
right.
penis.
All right,
so
all
it's
right,
sort of
all right,
balanced
all right.
out.
Thanks, Monica.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We got to share with the listeners that tonight you gave me free reign to select the calls, and you notice I'm continuous. I have trouble going to these.
Drew
But
cannot blame anything on me because this is Drew night. He
Right.
is selecting all the calls. I'm not pointing.
I'm amazed at how much I avoid the kind of calls that Riki goes automatically to, and so it affects the color of the show. But now it's all we have on the screen here. So here we go. This is Julie from San Jose. Oh, thankfully Julie is gone. And here is Brian. Brian 15. What can we do for you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Okay, I'll make this quick 'cause I know there's people with more important things called, but I'm really freaked out right now. Basically, I was asleep last night. I was dreaming, and I had this really trippy dream. And basically, what happened in it, I was with a couple of my friends, and what we were doing, basically, we were just hanging out on the streets about 2 or 1 o'clock at night, and I would get up to look in a car, and there's 2 guys I know from school. They're not friends of mine, and they're in there screwing a girl.
Right.
Okay, and it wouldn't bug me. It was so realistic. In fact, it was so realistic. It took me about 2 hours this morning to realize that didn't happen last night.
Mm-hmm.
That I was actually at Disneyland last night, the crappiest place on earth. It's like really tripping me out. I want to know, what do you think it might mean or something?
Have you never had sexual dreams before?
Not really.
You will have them again.
I know.
But I got to tell you, sexual dreams that you're not involved with.
Exactly. That's why I'm tripping out.
I know it does kind of suck. I mean, here you are. This is fantasy, and your penis isn't even involved. That's horrible. I mean, reality, life is you don't always get to get involved with all the fun stuff, especially sexually. But if it's going to be, contained within your own skull, at least you'd think you could be in there. You know what I'm saying, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. I've had those types of dreams myself. I don't know. I wouldn't read too much into it. There's all kinds of weird stuff everyone thinks about every night, and it's just I don't know. What is it, Drew?
It's normal. It's that's just what your brain does in response to some of the hormonal variations that go on during any given day. What is it that is bothering you, though? You sound guilty.
I'm not really guilty. It's the fact that it's so realistic.
Well, again, you're hitting a time when you're going through a lot of biological changes, and this may not be the last time you experience something like this.
Yeah.
But you seem. What is it that's freaking you out?
It's just like I've never actually really had a dream before where I'll remember bits and pieces.
Right.
But I can replay in my mind 10 minutes.
But what is it about the content of the dream that freaks you out?
I don't know. It also kind of disturbs me because the two guys,
Mm-hmm.
one was the brother of an ex-friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
and the other guy was his friend. And I know we're kind of enemies on campus, but it's just it's really creeping me out.
So
It's just creepy.
you don't like these 2 guys. You don't like getting laid behind your back, right?
Was it a girl you cared about?
No, I don't even know who the girls were.
Brian, you ever have one of those nocturnal emissions?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. All right, so everything's working.
Just kind of try to tune into what it is that bugged you so much and see if you can figure it out. That's all. I would not worry about it, okay?
Okay, that's cool.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Okay. This will probably be our last call before the break. This is Jeremy. He's 18. Jeremy,
Yeah.
what can we do for you?
When I was about 6 years old, I lived in Norwalk, and there was this girl who was 14. I don't remember her name, but I remember my dad having a swimming pool in my backyard, and all her friends would come over and like mess around. I'd be in the pool, and I would have a good time. And I remember one time she babysat me.
How old were you?
I was 6.
6, okay.
Okay, and let's see. I'm having a hard time breathing. I had to run back over here. I heard you guys. And what happened is she'd always make me touch her, and like we were playing doctor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd make me touch her, and I like enjoyed it.
Was it sexual or just exploration?
It was sexual also. She made me touch her vagina, and
Yeah, but it just sounds like normal exploration. It wasn't an overt sexual act.
Well, wait a minute now, Drew.
No,
A hand on the vagina is not sexual? And come in here.
No.
exactly.
But I mean,
Come here, I want to test the theory out.
And she'd kiss me around my penis.
okay, all right. Now that's sexual. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
And now it's bugging me. Me and my girlfriend, we just broke up. We'd been together for 2.5 years. Because this girl called and said her boyfriend's not saying I love you and not showing.
Right.
shows it. Well, I do just the opposite.
You're-
I try and show it, but I think now that I'm getting older, after the 2 years that we were together, it's like I want to show it more, but I'm starting to think that it's more lust.
All right, so this was one episode, though, Jeremy, or this a repetitive thing?
I remember one really good.
All right.
One time really good.
And you weren't hurt, you were just kind of jostled.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes kids that are sexually abused do enjoy it a lot, or they
Right,
seek
and
it.
then they feel guilty for liking it so much.
Then they have all kinds of horrible reactions to that. Or people are neglected in their family. It's their only way of getting sort of validation is by finding people to do this kind of thing to them.
Right. All right. So this is I'm not a doctor, but what I'm saying is
Don't worry, somebody will not mistake you for one, Adam. Don't worry.
I'm saying get over it and move on. I know it doesn't sound like great advice, but I think more people ought to do that. I think more, crap happens to everybody,
Right.
and I think I know it's not always possible, but I think it would be the world would be a better place if people would just accept that things happen that aren't fair and try to move on.
Okay, well, I'm going to say that's... We'll talk about it a little more after the break. Maybe unrealistic for some people, but Jeremy, this kind of thing, I suspect you will be able to move on from.
Right.
And although you'll flash back to it, and it certainly will affect you, it's just going to be one of those experiences in your life that may have some significant effect on you, but not damage you and
Right.
hurt you.
And flashing back to sex isn't always the worst thing, although he was pretty young.
It's going to affect you. Did you were able to have a successful relationship until it broke up?
We split up.
But you were together for 2 years.
Right.
I mean, at 18, to have a 2-year relationship sounds very successful.
That's a record for me. Are you kidding, Jeremy?
But see, I got too touchy, and she didn't enjoy it, and
No.
I would get mad about it.
Well, but
All right.
that's her thing.
Right.
That may not be yours. I mean, that's the nature of the two people involved, and it's not necessarily something just about you.
Don't blame yourself, Jeremy.
Okay?
You're doing fine.
All right, Jeremy, good luck. We got to go to commercial. We'll be right back with stars from the Party of Five.
Scott Grimes, Jennifer Love.
Meanwhile, halfway across the city, in a small fish market in Chinatown.
Excuse me, could I get some fish?
In the meantime, LoveLine will be right back.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Let me give that phone number out one more time. 1-800-LOVE-191. That's 1-800-LOVE-191.
I don't think you've given this number out yet.
I have.
Okay.
Drew, Mr.
All right.
Wise Ass over there on the phone with the emergency room during the whole commercial. We couldn't talk about important things. The fax number is 310-854-4455. Keep those faxes coming. Riki Rachtman is on vacation. He's in Orlando right now. He's looking for tchotchkes, probably shopping for a new squeegee, but that's okay. We don't need him because we have Dr. Drew, who's always here who's always on top of the game. He's more than a doctor. Well,
really?
not really. No, he's just a doctor. We also have Love Hewitt and Scott Grimes, both from Party of Five.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Now,
Radio train.
Now, this Party of Five is a good show.
Yeah.
I like this show. I haven't seen it in a while, I'm going to be honest, but it's a really good show, and the ratings weren't so great, because a lot of times good doesn't represent ratings. I mean, let's look at Bob Saget for a minute. But what I'm saying is the show is still alive. Like in the 80s, there was like Cagney and Lacey, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Remember these two fat crime-fighting women?
They're still on the USA Network.
Oh, they
I
are?
watch them, yes.
Oh, as a matter of fact, they're going to be on this week, so I guess
okay.
No, I'm kidding. The point is the show did horribly in the ratings, but people wrote letters. People liked the show, and people kept the show going, and that's what went on with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Well, TV Guide did a big fans write-in thing and save the shows.
Right.
We just had it here. Where was there it is down
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, this was last year at the end of last season. They did the whole thing, and
I
they
see.
saved, and it works. They save shows.
Now, how does this work? Do they have pick the show you want to save?
I think people write in and say what, they
there.
say.
What a shame. Something's
Exactly, and they say,
no,
no, we want this to stay. The John Larroquette show, they did it with that.
Right.
And there's more they're doing it with this year. And
Right.
it works. It really does.
Wow.
Right.
See?
Okay.
We're back.
All right. Now, Scott, you play
I play Will,
Will,
Bailey's best friend.
Bailey's best
Yeah.
friend, who's also dogging his woman,
Yeah.
who now is Love because
Yes.
Yes.
his other woman, who I liked,
Died.
Not as much.
Died.
Died, and we were talking about that. Why I have old girlfriends? They just moved to like Manhattan Beach and stuff. I didn't have to kill them.
It
in
was
order
the
to get
last.
them to
It was the
leave.
last episode. They needed the cliffhangers. The drugs. The whole drug thing came about, which is in America today, as we all know.
Kidding.
So they put it in.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Amazing.
Well, I'm an advocate of maiming. I don't believe we have to kill everybody to get them off a TV show. But you guys are going to help us out with some of these love calls,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
Are you
First of
ready?
all, Jennifer, 15. Jennifer, what's up?
Hi. Yeah, I have a problem. I'm 15 and I'm pregnant and I don't know how to tell my boyfriend.
Yeesh. How old's your boyfriend?
18.
Ugh.
That's now,
Wow.
Love. You're 16, right?
Yeah.
So you're not too far.
No.
I'm not saying you're knocked up, but I'm saying you're close age-wise.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Wow. It must be pretty scary.
I imagine.
I would probably. I mean, the best thing to do definitely is tell him I wouldn't wait much longer. How far are you along?
3 or 4 months.
Oh, yeah. You should definitely tell him sometime soon.
Are you planning to have the child?
I wasn't really ready for it. So
But are you planning to do it?
I don't really want it now.
I can imagine at 15 you would not be ready for it.
Yeah.
What are you planning to do with this pregnancy?
I don't know if it's too late to have an abortion now or... Because I know abortion isn't really right, but I'm not ready to have the baby.
Well, you better do something quick.
Well, doctor, is it too late to have an abortion?
Well, I don't know where she is in her. If she's 3 months, no, it's not. She can still have the abortion. But
Well, she said 2 or 3. Is
Yeah.
it 2 or 3, or is
3 or
that?
4.
She said 3 or 4.
Oh, she did. Oh, I'm sorry.
So you need to. Let me give you the number of.
Planned
Yeah,
Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
How long
Actually,
have you been with your boyfriend?
About 5 months?
Is he a nice
very
guy?
nice.
Yeah.
This is the thing we use every night. Ann. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
1-800 in your area. It's actually 1-800-PLANNED. PLANNED. Okay. And I would strongly encourage you to give them a call like tomorrow morning and get an appointment and see what you can do about this.
Okay.
If you're going to see the pregnancy through, obviously you're going to want to tell your boyfriend. You're going to get your family involved with this and get all the support you possibly can. You might want to do the same thing if you're not going to see the pregnancy through. Young people really, in fact, I think everybody, men and women, don't really acknowledge just how much an abortion affects women. Not only do you go through a lot of hormonal changes that affect you emotionally, but there really is a sense of loss that goes on with the abortion. Even if you deny that anything existed, I'm always amazed at just how much there is an impact on women that go through this thing. And I'm not telling you that to scare you. I'm just telling you that to sort of help you muster the resources necessary to get through this without being hurt. Okay?
Okay, but I have another question.
Yeah?
If you have an abortion, will you be able to have kids in the future?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are risks of having an abortion, and they're
Okay.
relatively minimal these days. And the sooner you get it done,
Okay.
the better off. But the more abortions you have, the more likely are you have problems with fertility later.
All right.
But get on it, Jennifer, because this is not going away.
1-800-PLAN. That's part of the problem people your age have is acknowledging the reality. It's not going away.
Okay.
Okay?
Let me
Good
ask.
luck.
Yeah, good luck. Let me ask Drew a quick question here, because she was talking about dangers of abortion.
Mhm.
At 15, is it Is it more dangerous to have an abortion than it is to see the pregnancy through and have the child? Because there's certain dangers involved with having children, right?
I don't know the data on that. I would bet it's more dangerous to have the pregnancy through.
All right.
I would bet. I will tell you for sure it's a lot more dangerous to get pregnant than to use something like the oral contraceptive pill. A lot more dangerous.
Oh, okay. All right. Scott, any kids?
No.
No, none
No,
that you
someday.
know of?
Want them, definitely.
You do?
Just not right away.
All right.
You guys
Love, no family?
No.
No.
Would you have
Okay,
any-
good. Hold out.
Yeah.
At least another 6 months.
What would you say to somebody like, was it Jennifer?
Yeah.
I would.
You guys.
Well, my first reaction was, she was asking if she should tell her boyfriend and how she should tell her boyfriend. Now, everybody's different, I wanted to know if her boyfriend was a nice guy because, you know what I mean by nice, if he would take it well or leave, because that's something you don't want also. If she's chosen to have the baby, you don't want her to tell her boyfriend and her boyfriend to take off, because I think that's just...
He can't take off if he has an obligation to support the child.
But he can
It's
take
done.
off.
It is done,
Okay.
Yeah.
So... Jeez, that's how my mind works.
Drew still thinks there's moral obligations in life. Can you believe that crap?
Lisa, 25, what can we do for you?
Hi there. I have a question regarding herpes.
Yeah.
I was married, and right after I left my husband, I found out that I had herpes. And at the time, I had a new boyfriend, and we were using condoms, and it was my first breakout. I didn't know what it was until it was too late, and I'd already given it to him. Now,
wow, it happens that way, but that's an unusual scenario.
is it okay? That's part of my question, because since then it's been a year, and I pretty much break out every month. Now I'm on Zovirax,
Right.
800 milligrams a day, and then I tried Fambir.
Right, it's the new one.
And that I ended up breaking out again. Now what I did to my diet was I got rid of caffeine and chocolate and alcohol, and I'm taking lysine B complex.
And you still break out every month.
Yeah. Now, originally I was thinking, okay, it's the stress of the divorce and this and that, but now, I'm just trying to mellow out, and it's still happening, and I was wondering if there's just anything else going on that's out there that I might be able to do, because I read everything I can get my hands on.
How are you taking the Zovirax? You taking it just when you had an outbreak?
No, every day.
Every day.
Twice a day.
Twice a day, 800 milligrams twice a day, or
400.
400 twice a day. You know what? Another way of taking it is just since it's not suppressing the outbreaks, at least doesn't appear to be, is just get off it and take a higher dose at the onset of the first symptoms of an outbreak.
Okay, and that's another thing I'm aware of, and that's I noticed a couple days before it gets kind of tingly.
Yeah, then you just go on the Zovirax and high dose. Then I have a little problem with the daily suppressive Zovirax, just personally in my practice, because I've seen people get some peculiar side effects. It just makes me a little uncomfortable.
What kind of side effects?
Just headaches and sort of vagueness in their mental status and
Horns.
Yeah. No, but just peculiar neurologic kinds of symptoms.
Well, my primary care physician really didn't have much information for me at all, and I sort of had to say, hey, can I have something to take every day?
Hey, Lisa, let me say something.
Lisa's in an HMO.
Oh, she is.
You can predict that just by the way she was handled.
You in HMO?
Yeah. And what I was going to suggest is that she see an infectious disease consultant, because there may be some new techniques out there, but you're going to have a hell of a time getting that done.
Oh, you better hope it's cost effective. Hey, Lisa,
It's very expensive.
doesn't it suck when you do everything and you're supposed to do?
Yeah,
I mean, you change your diet, you take the Zovirax, right? You rub the ointments, you do the stuff, you do the little dance before sex, and still it comes back every month.
It was frustrating because I listen to the teens that call in, and they still, it seems to me, still aren't getting the message about the condoms. And
Yep.
I've been having sex for a long time. Not that I'm proud of it, but I always had a boyfriend that used condoms, and then I get married, and then this happens.
Yeesh,
I
so
figured.
sorry.
Oh, and my other question was, I have a child already.
Okay.
And
you want to have another child?
right, sooner or later.
You know how I'm sure you're aware how common herpes is, and it really
yeah.
it does not affect pregnancy that much. It can be handled very easily.
What percentage of people have herpes?
I've seen data going from 2% to 30%, so it depends on where the data is being collected and who they're studying.
Well, since I found out, it turns out that 2 people in my family have it.
Oh, it's very common, but nobody talks about it
Right,
because
and that's what's frustrating too.
well, the media generated this hysteria about it in the 80s. It's ridiculous.
That's another reason why I called, just to make maybe other people feel more comfortable.
I think one day we'll look back on the way herpes are dealt with and laugh about it. But the 2 quick things.
Hey, herpes.
No, the thing is, for me, I'm not gonna say it's not a problem, but it's just more of like kind of an annoyance.
It is annoying, but there is a problem. The problem is that you have an increased risk now of cervical cancer, so make sure you get the regular Pap smears, right?
I do.
And the good news is that it tends to burn out with time.
That's another thing. With every month, it's less and less. In
Yes.
fact, this month I go, it feels like it's there, but
Yeah, I bet you in 3 to 5 years it'll be almost gone.
Okay, now my new boyfriend.
Lisa, we got to go. Adam's gonna
I'm getting an outbreak.
He's gonna okay. He won't let me talk about this kind of thing very long before his head explodes.
No, it's too informational, too serious.
What's that?
What's the risk with the new boyfriend? My new boyfriend.
Well, you could be infectious at any time, not just during an outbreak.
Okay.
If you use a condom, you've significantly reduced the risk. I would not have any intercourse when you have symptoms or signs of an outbreak.
Right.
And when you're not having signs or symptoms, make sure he wears a condom, and it's relatively low risk, but he could still get it. He needs to understand that.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, here is Randy, 13. Randy.
Hi.
Randy, you have to speak up. We can barely hear you here.
Hi. Hi, guys.
That's better.
Okay. I got this problem. I get erections in school constantly.
Right. Right. Now, Scott.
Yeah.
Scott, I
How
know
did I know
you're.
that was
well,
coming?
now, Scott, you're older. You're what, 22?
24.
Oh, 24.
Yeah.
But you play a 17-year-old, so they may write in the
They are
erection.
going to write in the erection on television.
You know what, guys?
Yeah.
We got to hold for 1 second. We're going to have to handle...
All right, hold that erection, Randy. We're going to come right back with Scott Grimes and
His
Love...
erection.
Well, his
I'm sorry, and Love Hewitt from Party of 5.
Thank you.
LoveLine. 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 We'll be right back.
We're back with Scott Grimes and Love Hewitt from the hit TV show Party of
Hit.
5. Hit, because 8 people wrote letters a year ago, and I think Scott and Love wrote
9.
most of those.
Yes.
We're also here with the hit physician, Dr. Drew, and I'm the hit host, Adam Carolla. The other hit host, Riki Rachtman, is on vacation right now, so it's just us, but it's okay. We're having a good time. Let me give that phone number out one more time, 1-800-LOVE-191. That number again, 1-800-LOVE-191. Love is infatuated with our own name. And the fax number, 310-854-4455. And you guys have a big episode coming out Wednesday.
Huge.
On
Yeah.
Fox at 9 o'clock.
For a season and a half, everybody's been waiting.
Well,
For
the
Joe.
8 people that wrote the letters,
Yeah,
right?
Well, I gotta build it up here.
Okay.
For a season and a half, people have been waiting for Charlie and Kirsten.
Right.
to
Now,
get married.
Charlie's the oldest brother.
Yeah.
And Kirsten is a girl's much too good for him. Am I right?
He was always screwing up when I watched the show.
He was, but he
Yeah.
stopped screwing up.
Yeah.
But this is a
stopped.
totally
Better.
unrealistic depiction of life. Some guy who can't shave. First of all, he doesn't know if he wants a beard or he wants to be clean shaven.
Just wait till you see this. See,
Yes.
you've already started.
Yeah.
He's like some kind of screw up, right? He's some flunky. He's not sure if he wants to go to junior college or stay home and drink beer. And he's got this hot-looking blonde who just keeps coming back for more abuse.
Yes.
This is
You
not
pretty much said
reality.
Oh, yes, it is.
It is?
We hear about that all the
Yeah,
time.
we're having a couple calls about
what
this.
am I doing wrong? I'm a flunky. I get nothing.
This is what life is about.
All right, so these guys are getting married
They're
now.
getting married Wednesday night.
Is there anything you can give away? Is there any
No.
tips?
It's the wedding's at the house.
It's a
There
nice
you go.
house.
That's big news. And in
Nice.
real life, is what's the actress's name who plays?
Paula DeVick.
She's single?
Let's go to the calls.
Seriously.
Let's go
Drew,
back to
Come on,
Randy.
we're talking about the show.
Let's go back to Randy.
This is germane.
Look, Randy's been on hold here waiting through the commercials. Randy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, remember Randy, Adam?
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
Randy.
sorry, Randy. You're sorry about you and your penis. All right, Randy, you're getting erections at school.
Yeah.
Right. Is the erection keeping you away from the phone right now? What's the problem? No. We can barely hear you.
Pick up the receiver. It sounds like you're on a speakerphone of some kind.
No, this phone's kind of messed up, so
I should say.
I'll speak louder.
Well, guys, any advice for Randy?
How old are you, Randy?
13.
13. And how often do you get these erections in class?
Like once a period.
Once a period.
Really?
Yeah.
You get six times 6 periods?
Yeah.
It's 30. What? That's 30 a week.
Give or take.
Well, give and
What are
take.
you
Yeah.
teaching?
Do you? I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean,
No.
you hear all the, you grow up, you go through a period where you have erections in school.
Yeah, and that age particular, that kind of thing happens.
I never went through that period.
Well, I would hope you wouldn't.
Randy, what are you wearing?
Jeans.
Yeah.
Jeans. Good. Stay away from the sweatpants, buddy. Let me tell you.
I would
And-
just say that you need to understand that a lot of people your age go through that kind of thing. There's sort of a spectrum of how much of a problem that is for some people, but
And let me
there's nothing abnormal about it.
Let me tell you something, Randy. It's no use trying to talk to your penis either because it will spite you. I was getting a physical when I was 16 because I played on the high school football team, all Central Valley. Thank you very much. Anyway, I was waiting in the doctor's office. He told me, get down to your underwear and wait. Drew does this all the time. Get down to your underwear and wait.
He says that to you.
Even people that come in with the patients that aren't actually being seen, he tells them to get down their underwear and wait. And I was waiting there, and like 10 minutes went by, and all of a sudden I felt a little creeping going on down there. And I was like, hey, what's this? Oh, go away. Shoo. I was actually I was shooing my own penis.
Did it work?
No, it didn't work. And I started
doesn't
thinking
work,
of
'cause you
like my
start thinking of shooing
grandparents
what's
in
happening.
Vietnam and in like a chili size and anything I could think of to try to get this thing to go away. And it just made it bigger. My penis was spiting me. And I actually got down and did push-ups because I figured if I could do some exercise. When do you ever have an erection when
We
you're doing
lost our
push-ups?
host.
Drew, get back in here. Someone's got to run the show.
So,
anyway, there I was.
Randy,
with
you don't
my-
have a problem.
Randy, you'll be fine.
Okay.
All
This
right.
would be Shelley, 17. Shelley,
Yeah.
what can we do for you?
Hi.
Yeah.
I was just I've been with this guy for about 8 months, and we had sex like a couple weeks ago, and then after it happened, my stomach the next day hurt really bad, and then
Did you bleed right after the encounter?
well, like he went in before and it bled, but
Yeah.
we actually didn't have sex. You know what I mean? And
Wait,
No, I'm not following.
okay, like before,
Yeah.
like he went in me
With his
with his penis.
that's having sex.
Well, I mean, but we didn't have it just been like a couple times, and then
That would be it.
Is that sex?
Yeah, that would be enough to
Really?
disrupt the membranes there that it would
Well-
cause bleeding if there were going to be bleeding.
well, okay, well, I guess we actually went through it all, and then the next day, like I was fine, and the next day my stomach hurt really bad, and I was urinating blood like
Okay.
for like an hour.
Well, you at least probably have a urinary tract infection. And how long ago was this?
About 2 weeks ago.
Oh my goodness.
And is it still persisting? I mean,
You still have pain
it
when you
happened
urinate?
that one time, but I've just been curious because like I asked my friends and.
Well, now, Shelley, wait. Don't ask your friends things about this sort of stuff. Are you still having pain when you urinate?
No.
And
I
did
just wanted. I don't know. It kind of scared me.
Yeah, Shelley, I want you to listen to me though. Don't let your anxiety overcome you about this. This is a common thing, but let's figure out what it is. It's probably a urine infection. Women, because they have very short urethras, during sex have bacteria pushed up into the bladder, and it causes a bladder infection, and that will cause you to pee blood typically. So that may still be there if you didn't have it treated. It can go away by itself, but it probably is still there. So that needs to be seen by a doctor. Number two, the abdominal pain you had could be a lot of different things. It may have been the urinary tract infection. It could be an infection in the uterus or in the vagina. It's really something you need to look into. And did you have any vaginal bleeding?
You need to look into your vagina.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
I'm sorry, but it sounded funny.
Yeah, I know it sounded funny,
The
but
kids love that
was an
kind of
open
humor,
door.
Drew. It really was.
I'm going to slam every door. So Shelley, anything else? You still bleeding or anything of that sort?
No, it was just that one time.
All right,
but
so
I'm-
you need to go see a doctor. It's probably just a urinary tract infection, and just recognize that. First of all, does your boyfriend wear a condom?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's probably not a vaginal infection or anything in the genital tract. Get it looked into, okay?
I had another question also.
Mhm.
Is okay, I just been like we're not really boyfriend girlfriend. We've just been seeing each other for like 8 months, and like I am like I don't know, all in love with them, whatever.
Right.
And I want to know like I don't know how can I because we talked about going out before, but like I don't know, is is it wrong for me to ask him out or what?
Kids.
Yes.
Well, if you're having sex and you love him, then there's certainly nothing wrong. You're obviously very close, so there's nothing wrong with talking to him.
He's keeping a real.
He's keeping her at arm's length.
distance.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What do you think?
I don't think there's anything wrong with confronting him about it.
Right, all the more reason she really
all
should.
the more reason. I mean, you guys are really personal, and you're doing a personal thing.
Right, I don't think you should necessarily go along with his BS. You know, if he wants to, have a physical relationship, but keep you away emotionally, that's not fair.
And if he's doing that, then he's not worth it. And You shouldn't be having sex with him in the first
That's
place.
correct. But you can at least, if you're going to pursue it, at least pursue it.
I don't know. I've always thought it was like the guy's job. You know what I mean? Like to
Most women
not when it's your body that's having trouble.
Most women are raised that way, but the fact is, there's no reason for that, right? You're a woman. You have a right to
Completely.
Love is saying that's the way she conducts herself.
And there's plenty of guys out there who will commit. You probably don't want them, but they'll commit.
Okay,
am I right?
All right.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Bye.
Scott, I want to ask Scott for a couple questions for a second, being on a TV show and all.
Please.
How's the social life doing?
I am taken, actually.
Are you?
Yes, and I admit it fully.
Right.
I have a lovely girlfriend.
Really?
Who I have an amazing relationship with.
She can hear the show now?
Can you tell?
Yes.
The piece of paper I'm reading off of, that didn't tip you off there?
This is Deborah. She's 26. Deborah, what's up?
Hi, Dr. Drew. And,
Yeah.
I want to first say that I forgot your name, but
Adam?
Adam, you're a great addition to the staff there.
The staff.
First
The
of all,
faculty here. Okay.
yeah, Dr. Drew, I need to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I go in to see the doctor.
Yeah.
Last time I had a period was 19 months ago.
19 months ago. Are you on birth control or something?
No, I'm not. I'm married, and I've been with the same man for 7 years, so I've already been checked for any, disease or anything. But he had given me, I'm trying to get pregnant, and he had given me a prescription for chlorophene citrate.
Clomiphene,
excuse me. And he said that it's more potent than Provera. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot different. It causes you, it's how multiple pregnancies are induced sometimes.
I understand. Okay. And can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'd say about a week or 2 weeks ago, I saw the doctor again.
Is this a gynecologist you're seeing?
Well, it's for family care here in Riverside, and
you need to see, if you're really having complicated fertility problems, you need to see a fertility expert.
Okay.
But go ahead. So you're on clomiphene now.
Right. And what my heart has been palpitating.
It's a potent hormone. It really messes with your system. I mean, not in a dangerous way, but you can have mood disturbances, you can have hot flashes, you can have palpitations. That would be normal on the clomiphene.
That would be normal.
Yeah. Well,
okay, because I was worried because my eyes will start to asphyxiate on something.
You mean like blur a little bit?
No, just stare, and I'll have to physically pull them away.
You want anything else?
Wait a minute. We have to physically pull away your eyes?
Well, that's called oculogyrate crisis.
I know.
Is there any other medication he's given you?
No.
Because that sounds like other medicines typically cause that.
Oh, I see.
You're on nothing else?
No, nothing else. Well, I mean, I'll start to get nauseated, and I'll have to maybe step outside to get a breath.
You need to be carefully watched and evaluated. I mean, these are complex issues. And I just make sure you're going back regularly and reporting these things and getting them constantly followed up on and checked out, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr.
Good
Drew.
luck. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We got to go again to commercials, and we'll be right back after this.
LoveLine will be right back. And if you're not here, we'll hunt you down and shoot you in the head. Just kidding.
We are back. This is LoveLine, the show we answer. What's that, Scott? Yeah, oh yeah.
Not Andy sings, and he sings.
No, I rap too. We'll get into that later. That was Scott Grimes from Party of Five. The cackling you hear in the background is a lovely Love Hewitt. Who's 16. I'd be making all kinds of rude comments if you're just a couple of years older.
There you go.
The silence you hear in the background is Dr. Drew, deep in thought.
He's a smart guy.
And yet, I've had an opportunity to talk more than usual tonight.
Yeah.
Usually I'm so badly outnumbered here. I gotta just. Usually it is silence you hear from me.
I know it's like you're taking over the show, Drew, and I don't like the way it's going.
I know that.
The nasally voice you hear is the voice of Adam Carolla, and the voice you don't hear is Riki Rachtman, who is on vacation. We miss him. He'll be gone this whole week, but it doesn't mean we can't have a good time. We're going to have Iggy Pop in.
Was that right?
Tomorrow night. Iggy Pop is basically a guy who everyone is aware of his name. No one can quite figure out. I mean, they know he's a singer. They know he's involved with music. He's just this skinny guy, and everyone knows who he is.
Phillips.
Yeah, and everyone knows who the guy is. But we're going to dig into him tomorrow night. And tonight we have our lovely Party of Five guests. So you guys, what else is going on? Any other projects? Any other plans?
Love. She won't say it. She's got an album.
Yes, that's right. It's called what, Love?
It's called Let's Go Bang.
Let's Go Bang. And
that's
Adam,
a dance.
Yeah,
Adam,
that's a dance, by the way. I'll be calling later.
Adam.
Yes.
Adam, she is 16.
I know. That's why I'm not making any rude comments. And who came up with that title?
I did.
You did. You're so naughty, aren't you? And what do you mean it's a dance?
It's a dance.
You did the bang?
The bang is a new dance that nobody knows yet.
Oh, really?
'Cause I haven't thought of it. It'll be
She's got people working around the clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you think it'll catch on?
Yeah, it should be pretty cool.
All right. We'll be listening and waiting for that. Now we're going to go back to the phone lines.
Well, we're going to go
you
back.
guys are going to jump in.
We've got somebody who just broke up with his girlfriend. We've got somebody who wants to know what Matthew Fox is like in person, and we got some more medical stuff. I insist we talk about. And we'll be back just after we hear from some of our local stations.
This is LoveLine on
Radio
Station.
As well, and I've kind of had suspicion. We've been going out for about 8 months, and it's a long-distance relationship. She lives in L.A., I live in San Diego, so we don't get a chance to see each other all that often. But I kind of had suspicions that she might be seeing someone else. I talked to her about it a few months ago, and she assured me that everything was cool and everything was fine.
All right, Forrest, I have to intervene here for just a
If
second.
you don't, I will.
Love, our guest Love, looks like she's about to pass a raccoon over here. I've never seen such facial expressions my entire
Either she
life.
is or...
Now, Love, you got to come clean. What's going on here? Do you know this forest?
Forest?
Have you been in the forest?
Forest?
Love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Let him talk.
Good, how are you?
Let him talk.
Good.
Good.
Back off.
Well.
Yeah. It was kind of an interesting thing.
I'm sorry.
Well, why don't you clue the listeners into what's going on here?
I'm sorry. This is actually my best friend in the whole world. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it was kind of weird, and I tried talking to her last night. I found out that last weekend she went to the winter formal dance at her high school with this guy that we both know. His name is Brent, and they went to the winter formal. Before she went, she made sure it was all right with me, so everything was cool. And
well, you don't have to talk in the third person. I mean, go ahead and talk to Love.
But
she's here.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you want some input from me, let's see how you guys work it out together first.
All right. Anyway, so she went with Brent to winter formal.
Now, why did she clear it with you?
Well, to make sure that I was cool with it, that she was going with another guy. And first of all, the first thing that kind of hit me was the fact that she didn't invite me to go with her in the first place,
Like she never invites you to anything.
No, I know that. That's kind of the problem.
Is Love in the room?
Yeah.
There is no love in this room,
Hey, you
Drew.
know what, Forrest? I gotta tell you something. I've known you for a while, and you're a sweetheart, and you're a really, really good guy, and all I can say is you deserve better than that. And although it doesn't seem like it's a really good thing right now, it's probably the best because you don't need it. You don't deserve it.
Don't need what?
And he doesn't need somebody treating him like that.
All right.
How you're treating him?
No, how she was treating him.
She was treating him.
All right, let's recap for just one
totally
second.
confused.
I'm going to straighten everything out. Now, yes or no from everybody, and no talking other than that.
We're in trouble.
Forrest, you're 16.
Yeah.
Your Love's great friend, right?
Yeah.
You know her very well.
Yes.
Do you have feelings for Love?
Well, sure, we're best friends.
Are we talking?
Forrest, come on now. Do you have feelings, amorous feelings for her?
I'll put it to you this way: we have some kind of history that I'd rather not go into.
All right. Because if you don't, you're gay. I'm looking at her. She's a very attractive young 16-year-old.
Hey, that's my best friend you're talking about there.
I'm saying she's beautiful. She's talented. Any 16-year-old would have feelings for her.
You guys are. Let me just say.
Yeah.
You guys, and I don't know if this is how you guys interact routinely, but you're both like talking in code, and one's talking in Sanskrit and the other's talking in hieroglyphics, and I think you guys need to like line up exactly what it is you're feeling about each other and speak honestly instead of all this code and stuff.
All right.
Even if it's nothing.
Yeah.
But there's all this kind of funny codes going on. Like, do you understand what they're even talking about?
I'm getting to the truth. I just want the truth, Forrest. So, Forrest, you have some feelings for her. Natural feelings. Nothing to be ashamed of. I have feelings for Drew. You know?
Okay.
It's okay.
I'll go with that.
All right, you'll go with that.
I'll go with that.
Now, have you guys ever been boyfriend and girlfriend?
No.
No.
No. Nothing physical? Even a little touchy, rubby?
No.
Kissing, nothing?
No. We're friends.
All right, just friends.
Just friends.
But I'm thinking that Forrest has been, pardon the pun, pining for you. He's been like a pine forest. He's wanted you for some time. Am I right, Forrest? Come clean.
We're best friends, and I've never. I mean, I used to think of it as more than that.
Yeah, see, I picked up on that
he used
too.
to think of it as
that's
more
what
than
I'm saying.
that.
You're talking in
But,
code.
and
The feelings are kind of not.
There's a lot of
lining
things
up.
that go
And
into
it may be something you guys can deal with, but you got to just like.
It's
be honest
natural.
about it.
It's natural to be, especially at 16, to be attracted to people you're friends with.
Right.
Now, love, have you ever had any feelings for Forrest that way?
I think Forrest is a doll, but I've never had any feelings
Not in a
for him
physical
except for a friend.
As a friend.
Yeah.
All right. So Forrest, you're a little bitter about that. Am I right?
No.
Just a tad. Come on, unrequited love, Forrest. It hurts. I've been there.
No.
Seriously.
Like I'm saying.
He's
I mean,
waiting
we're
patiently.
friends. And the fact of the matter is, if someone's saying that, I mean, that I've had feelings for love, the fact of the matter is, I've been in a relationship with someone for the past 8 months. So if I had any feelings for love, they would have come out.
And this is the person that was treating you badly.
I haven't. I've been involved with.
All right, so you broke up with her tonight. All right, we're done with you. You're way too mature for a 16-year-old, for Christ's sake. Ricky's not this mature. Scott, you know he's lying, don't you?
I do. I can feel the vibes over the air.
Thank you.
Well, just hit me.
Thank you very much. All right, so let's talk about your present girlfriend. She dumped you.
Well, no, I broke up with her.
Okay.
Last night. Here's a quick synopsis of what happened. I was
quick.
I was outside with a couple of her friends. We were by this fire pit. Like I said, it was a big party, and I was talking to a couple of them, and they said, what's wrong? And I said, I've got a lot of stuff going through my mind. They said, well, is it about, what's it about? I said, forget about it. They said, is it about Jenny? And I said, yeah. And they said, and this one girl, Erica, she goes, oh, yeah, that's right. You guys are still going out, huh?
I'm lost.
All right, this is more complicated than a
lost.
Party of Five episode, for Christ's sake. Forrest, if I were you, I would just continue pining for love.
And in the meantime, try to develop relationships other than this girl you just broke up with. She sounds like you need to be away from her.
Yes, and you two can get this.
And love is telling you the same thing, that you're better than that, and forget it.
She'll call you tonight.
Yes.
All right?
Call you later.
Alrighty then.
Good night,
Bye.
Forrest.
All right, bye.
Why do I feel like we didn't get the whole story there? But this is John, 23.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Do I know you?
John, this is John.
She's making sure now. She needs to know.
Checking. Just checking. Hi.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good. I have a question for Scott and Love. Okay, first of all, why didn't you guys come to Reno? Matt Fox was here. I got a chance to meet him, hang out with him all Friday night. He was doing a Party of Five promo thing for a new station we got here. Sort of wondering why you guys weren't invited.
Well, they spread everybody out around the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, the publicity people like to send people here and send people there.
Right.
Just to let everybody get
So
a piece
you
of
guys
us.
were on some junket somewhere else, not in Reno.
Maybe.
All right. Any other questions, John?
Yeah, actually, what's it like being on the set with him? I know we went up to his room with my sister and his brother and a bunch of our friends, and he was just very nonchalant and kicked back and casual.
He's exactly what he
Yeah,
is.
it's pretty much
you know
the way
what?
he is.
There's been
Never
I've
changes.
met a lot of people in this world, and Matthew Fox is just one of the most genuine. And what you saw is what he is.
I'm sensing a little gayness here, John. Is that a lifestyle choice of yours?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes,
You know, it's
the
just,
gaydar's up and working.
There was other actors from a different show that's right on before your guys's, and the guy was just basically a dick. And, then...
I mean, somebody you'd met.
Yeah, well, Ian Ziering was here also.
Oh, big dick, huh?
The most stuck-up person, and...
All right, let's not bash Ian, but let me ask you a quick question, John, because I am working on my survey. Diet soda drinker?
No.
No. Okay, that's hurting things. Yogurt? Eat a lot of yogurt?
Nope.
Ooh.
You're really screwing with the curve now, John. You have cats?
Nope.
What about the bathroom? Any shag carpeting for a toilet seat cover?
Nope.
Potpourri?
Padded toilet seat?
Nope.
Potpourri?
Not in my room.
Squeegee in the bathroom?
Squeegee. No, I think we got rid of that.
Got rid of it because you wore it out? All right, Scott. I'm thinking you may not be gay. You may want to rethink this.
All right, John.
Oh, sorry, John.
There we go.
See you later, John.
Freudian slip there, Scott.
Hey.
This is Ralph. Ralph is 18. Ralph, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good.
I've been going out with this girl for like 7 months,
Mhm.
and she started like wanting to have like sex like all the time.
That's got to be rough.
Yeah, I know, really.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, twice, 3 times a day.
Mm.
She got kind of sore, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, like now she wants to have a threesome with another girl.
Why don't you just kill yourself, Ralph?
Jeez, you got problems.
Yeah, it's big problems, right, Scotty?
Yeah.
I'm serious, man. What should I do?
Well, what do you want to do?
Well, I want to like stay with her, but like you guys always say that it ruins your relationship.
Yep.
The threesome?
She wants to do a threesome with another guy or another girl?
2 girls. But you
With
know,
another girl.
Those kinds of encounters are much more stressful, weird than people expect. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a relationship that you don't care about, I mean,
I do.
then it's really your risk, your health risk is what I concern myself with when you get involved in stuff like that. But if you are somehow wanting to or anticipating you're going to build this relationship through these kinds of explorations, forget it.
So it's like surely gonna end.
I as Riki would say, it's surely going to end probably anyway at 18. But this will hasten the demise, I suspect.
But Ralph.
Yeah.
I'm a guy, so let's talk for just 1 second here. Not as much of a man as you are, apparently, but it's tough to decline sex as a guy, isn't it? I mean, it's not something you're used to doing. Scott, have you ever had to turn down love?
No.
Sex?
Well, have I ever had to?
Well, I mean, let's say you're with someone, just a crazy woman, a nymphomaniac. She wanted sex 3-4 times a day.
Then the question of being scared comes in, and I've been scared.
You've been
But
scared
then,
in love.
I'm not saying it's the actual sex that you turn down because the pleasure of sex is joyful.
Right.
But there are other circumstances that come in.
You want to get away from that person.
You want to get away from the person.
I see.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. All right, because I know as a guy you feel like you got some bravado. You always want to feel you feel like a volunteer fireman sexually. That's how a guy wants to feel. Boots by the side of the bed, pole greased up, waiting for the call. And when that thing
waiting for that bell.
And when that buzzer goes off,
You're
and you
in.
kind of look, I mean that's what you want to think of yourself as a guy, but when it's going off 4 or 5 times a day.
Well,
and you don't want to respond anymore.
No.
You're feeling like less of a man.
Well, it's
I wouldn't say that.
Do you feel more, is it helping your manhood knowing that she wants all this stuff?
Not really.
It's not. Okay.
Well, thanks.
I don't agree. I mean, I think even if you don't want it, it would still help me and to make me walk tall, you know?
All right, Ralph. I can't even remember what your question is anymore.
You really didn't have a question. You just wanted to comment.
Okay, you're getting a lot of sex. Now there's a threesome. Next thing you know, playmates will be coming over, and you'll really be in trouble.
Yeah, and it's obviously something that's troubling you, the way this relationship is going, and just be very careful. It sounds a treacherous situation.
Ralph, I
Chaotic.
think you're just a big slab of beef to her. I don't even think she thinks you have a mind. I think you're just a big walking phallic symbol.
Thanks.
Which isn't bad.
No.
And Adam, your wisdom beyond your years. Thank you. Christian, this is 16.
Yep.
Christian, how are you?
Fine.
What can we do for you?
I have a simple question, dude.
Dude, we'll answer it.
Could you get STDs just by wearing, even though you're wearing a condom?
Yes.
You could?
Yes.
But it's not that likely, is it?
Well, condom is only 80+% effective as a barrier for pregnancy, and it's about the same as a barrier for sexually transmitted disease. I mean, there's a certain failure rate associated with condoms, first of all. Secondly, there's other fluids being contacted and and swapped during intermittent contact.
I'll trade you some semen for some saliva.
And that can lead to various. It depends on the disease we're talking about, but it is a risk reduction measure to wear a condom. It is not totally safe. Really, abstinence is the only safe sex. Okay.
Yeah, but we got to be realistic. I mean, you're going to go out and have sex, and if you wear a condom, but choosing your partners is a huge aspect of this.
Absolutely, critically important. And knowing the person, choosing your partner, wearing the condom regularly, not just occasionally when you think of it, and using the condom properly. I mean, these are all the things that reduce the risk and make it relatively safe. Okay?
Oh, very safe, I would say. Statistically. I mean, I know it's not. I know it's bad.
Adam,
it's bad for me to get up
take
here.
Take this stuff to your therapist. I mean, I can't reassure you enough, I guess.
All right,
I can't tell you you're not going to contract something.
But let's not have everyone freak out across the land. You go out. You take the time to know somebody.
Yep.
You take the time to discuss your partner's past.
Right.
You wear a condom, and you're in pretty damn good shape if you're having heterosexual sex.
But boom, something springs up that you didn't see.
Right, but boom, a garbage
right.
truck runs you over
Yeah.
on the way home
Okay.
too. I mean, that's life.
Yes, you have substantially
Okay,
reduced
I'm
your
saying
risk.
you're making everyone paranoid out there, and that's going to lead to other weird sexual acts.
All right. Thanks, Christian, for your call. Okay. Let's see. Here's somebody who's been on hold for quite a while. This is Karen, 16. Karen, what's going on?
Hi, I have two questions.
Yeah.
One is for Dr. Drew. I'm 16 and
Ooh, we got a bad connection here. Can you speak up in any way?
I'm 16.
Yep.
And I'm peeling around my vagina.
Hmm.
And sometimes I can't stand it, so I have to scratch. And when I do scratch, when I go to the bathroom, it burns a lot. And sometimes even when I don't go to the bathroom, it even burns.
Are you sexually active?
No.
You've never had sex before?
No.
Boy, that sucks.
Well, I mean, it may just be a bad yeast infection. I mean, I don't know what you mean by peeling, but sometimes...
Like chafing? Like a heat rash?
Who knows what she's describing, but, the mystery here is why you haven't seen a doctor about it.
I mean, it's like, is that normal? I mean...
It's not normal, Karen. You need to see a doctor.
I do?
Yes, absolutely, categorically. I mean, if you want to do something for yourself in the meantime, you might get some Monistat or something like that over the counter and try putting that in twice a day, see if that settles things down any. But I don't know what this is, just based on what you're describing, and you need to see someone, okay?
What about cranberry juice? Is that good?
Well, if this is a urinary tract infection, that's helpful, but she's describing much more than that.
What about Clamato?
Clamato, I don't think helps anything.
Beef motto?
Beef motto.
Is that new?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
They actually squeeze a cow.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
Karen, you said there were
sick.
two questions.
My second question is that I'm having problems with my boyfriend. It's let's see, he doesn't call, and it's like he wants. I don't know. That's my problem. He doesn't call. When he does call, it's only for a little bit or whatever. I mean, what should I do? How should I make my relationship better?
Love, tell her. She's 16, you're 16.
Well, bottom line, I mean, you can't make him call. You should enjoy. How long has it been going on that he just calls every once in a while?
8 months. I mean, in the beginning, like until it was 6 months, whatever, it was going real good. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's been calling, whatever, but now it's like, it's been really getting out of hand.
Well, when he talks to you on the phone for a little while, I mean, is he friendly? Is he like, your boyfriend?
Yeah, sweet, whatever, but it's like, that's the thing, he doesn't call. That's what gets me so mad.
Well,
what can I do?
Not everybody likes to. I mean, I don't really know what to tell you, but not everybody likes to talk on the phone. And if he's not calling, I mean, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. I mean, loving somebody is trusting somebody, and trusting that they care about you. So I'd wait it out and see what happens. If he starts acting weird when he does talk to you on the phone, every once in a while, then I'd get a little suspicious. But if he's still like normal, I wouldn't worry about it.
On the phone with other people, that's
All right, Karen, we can't work through every possible phone scenario with you and your boyfriend. People, you got to go off feeling at a certain point. I mean, that's what relationships are about. Am I right?
Absolutely. I
You
mean,
should be
people don't
able
trust
to trust your instincts,
That's
your
right.
guts.
That's right. People don't trust them.
If you think someone has a bad vibe, you think someone is being dishonest, you think someone's being deceitful or disrespectful, you have to go with that because that's all you have in life is your gut, your feeling.
And you shouldn't look around for reasons to deny those feelings. You should look around for evidence that your feelings are accurate.
That's right. Am I right?
You are right.
Love,
You
am I
go with
saying?
your bad
You
self.
go with your bad self.
You go over there.
Love, you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't.
No, single?
Yes.
You're young. You should be single. 16, but you're dating now, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And are you only dating high-profile celebrity types, frat packers, and that
No.
kind of stuff? Billionaire Boys Club, Menendez Brothers, that sort of thing? Because I'm writing them
Those are
letters.
my favorites.
I got first crack at
Yeah,
Lyle when he
there
gets
you
out.
go.
You guys, they wrote letters to keep your show on the air. I'm writing letters to get those Menendez boys out.
Yeah.
I want to adopt.
Yeah.
You are one sick dude.
Hey, anyone who kills their parents, the parents deserve it. End of discussion, right? You had to screw up in the rearing process. Am I right, Drew?
Badly. Well, There are certain biological things that you can't help sometimes.
All right, either way, it's you. Whether it's nature or nurture, you deserved it. Either you screwed him up with the genes, or you screwed him up with the wicket behind on the backside, or God knows what on the backside. Either way, you deserved it.
Whatever you say, Adam. This is your philosophy according to life.
It certainly is.
And you know what? We got to actually take another break. But after this break, we're going to actually play some of your music.
Oh, looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to learning the bang.
Hey,
it's been a while.
There you go.
I practice alone now.
Yeah.
Okay, first, this.
LoveLine will be right back.
We're back with Scott Grimes and Love Hewitt of Party 05, Channel 11, Fox. Sorry, that would be 9 o'clock on Wednesday nights.
Yes, sir.
Again, the big marriage episode.
There's going to be
up.
a wedding.
I put a curse on that wedding.
Hey.
I love that
lots of
woman.
surprises.
I love that blonde.
Yeah.
From Canada, is she, huh?
She is.
Supermodel?
Yeah, she's a model in Canada.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. And Drew, who also started out as a model in Canada.
From Canada, is that
yes,
right?
Dr. Drew. And, of course, I'm Adam Carolla, and we're going to get back to the phone calls, aren't we, Drew?
No, we're going to actually
we're
hear
not?
from Love's CD.
Oh, yes. Now, tell us just a little bit about the CD before we get into it.
Actually, it's on Atlantic Records.
Right.
It was really, really fun to do. The song you're gonna hear, I think I wrote. Actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it's called "Free to Be a Woman."
No. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, now.
I wrote one of those in the mid-'70s. And Free to Be a Woman, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And
Goes out to all the female callers.
I wrote one called "It's Crappy to Be a Guy."
Yeah.
And
The sequel.
You sing, obviously. You play piano, the guitar.
No, I'm actually learning how to play the guitar though,
Okay.
so I can be like Sheryl Crow.
All right. And the
You write
sound.
music, but you write music without
Yeah, I just
Playing
I write the words and then I come up with a really, really bad, melodies, and then somebody goes and fixes them.
But it's not one of those porn star type albums that comes out. What's her name?
No,
Tracy.
it's really
Tracy Lords or something.
It's
where
really
they,
classy.
I've
It's a
heard
good
classy.
album. Yeah, it's
Oh,
classy,
okay.
and it's really fun, and it's got a little something for everybody. So, hey,
okay.
little something for you.
Hey,
all right. So what's the title of the song?
"Free to Be a Woman."
Oh, like I didn't say it 8 times 10 minutes ago. All right, so we now have the lovely Love Hewitt with "Free to Be a Woman."
Ooh, freedom. Everybody's trying to tell me something, all about the way to live my life. I don't wanna be nobody's prisoner, jaded sitting on the couch until I die. the funky keys. We're gonna get a little funky. Funky. We're gonna get ooh, freedom. Freedom. Ooh, funky. We're gonna get living's all about giving. Never sacrifice when it comes to your freedom. Live free or die. I just wanna be free to be a woman. Free to do what I choose. Free to feel the way I want. Change my attitude. Free to be a woman. Love who I am. Free to find the best in life and be all that I can. Free to be a woman. Free to do what I choose. Free to feel the way I want and change my attitude. Free to be a woman. Love for who I am. Free to find the best in life and be all that I can. And all the time that my man. Ooh, freedom. I gotta have it now. Ooh, funky. Just a little bit of love now. Ooh, freedom. Just a little bit of love now. Ooh, funky. Just a little bit of love now. Ooh, freedom. Just a little bit of love now. Now, just a little bit of love now.
Well, that was Love Hewitt from Party of Five with Free to Be a Woman. Tomorrow night we have Iggy Pop, who's going to come on here and sing Free to Be Lanky. I have a song coming out called Free to Go Masturbate. We're also here with Scott Grimes from Party of Five, and Love was just saying that she went out and sung that song for Hillary Clinton.
Wait. Your mic's on.
Oh, yeah, good work over there in
There
the
we
studio,
go.
by the way.
Hey.
There we go.
Yeah, in Boston.
In Boston.
Yeah.
Now, how'd that work?
They invited me to come down and sing for this fundraiser that he
The
was
Clintons
doing.
did.
Yeah.
Come
and-
down to Boston?
Well, go to Boston, whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
Jesus, Drew, would you let
Well,
me?
sure that she was up in Maine or something at the time.
She's 16, for Christ's sake. She's barely seen a map.
Hey, I've seen a map.
All right, I haven't,
anyways,
though. I go up
So
to
they
Mexico
invited-
and
yeah.
down to Boston, yeah. All right, so what's you, all right, now how was Hillary? Was what's the daughter's name? Chelsea?
Chelsea, yeah, she was there.
All right, now was Chelsea like hip to the music and
You know, actually, she was running around with her friends, and I didn't really get to meet her.
that little bitch.
But she seemed nice. She
and
seemed
you were
like she was having
singing
a good time.
for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I was supposed to sing for
Rodham
the president, but the budget crisis
eating?
came, and so he was
Oh.
a little busy.
He was.
Because it's like a fat burger nearby or something.
So I performed for the first lady. It was cool.
Oh wow, that is a
Yeah.
thrill.
Yeah.
Drew, you ever perform for the president?
Oh, sure.
I didn't think so. That's right.
Let's keep going here.
All right.
Let's get back to the callers. Anthony, 17. Anthony, what can we do for you?
Yeah, I have a secret admirer kind of thing.
You have one?
Yeah. And it's weird because I have no
See,
idea.
Love thinks that's cute. I immediately think that the guy's
I
in
called a
danger.
stalker.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. She knows all the stuff about me.
Assuming it's a she.
Yeah, assuming it's a she.
Right.
What kind of things does she do to you, or he?
Well, all they've really done is written me letters and stuff like that. But they know my address, my name.
Are they? What kind of letters are they?
Well, some poems and most of them poems.
Do you have a poem there?
I have one.
Something nearby?
Yeah.
Give us a little taste of that.
All right.
Couple lines.
Like this one I've heard before, so I don't think she wrote this one.
Well, is there anything that looks like original work there?
It's
well,
not
yeah,
like
there's one she made out
do
of.
not go gently into that good night, is it?
There once was a man from Nantucket.
No. I mean, there are sweet sounding poems that are about dying. I mean, what? Read us a few lines of it.
All right, there's this one part. Here's a couple lines. There's nothing in the whole wide world that could cause so much pain. If I could choose between life and death, I think I'd rather die.
See?
Oh wow, that's scary.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so it's like.
So you're being stalked by Jim Morrison's ghost or
sweetheart.
something. Yeah, that's a
not
little
cute.
weird. Now you guys are on television, Scott and Love. Scott, we know you don't get anything, but Love. Seriously, there's guys are writing you weird letters.
Yeah.
Is any problem with that?
Yeah, I get a lot of letters from prison, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So do we.
So do we.
A lot of guys that are on like death row
Yeah.
and stuff,
God,
and
death
just
row.
and you know, and they describe what it's like, and
Wow.
and they ask for pictures of me in like lingerie and stuff.
Really?
It's weird.
Well,
yeah.
You know, I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah.
they're not going to be here that much longer. You may think about sending
Yeah.
out something.
Uh-huh.
Scott, you ever
Yeah,
send out
thinking
any
about that.
pictures of you
I
and
mean,
like
you know
a
what's funny
teddy or
though?
anything?
I get mail, but I get boogers.
People, you get Kleenex sent
This
to
is
you?
no joke. I got a piece of Scotch tape. It's taped to a letter about 2 years ago, with a booger on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ew.
So you get lingerie,
Moving.
I get boogers.
I meant that for the older brother guy. I'm sorry you got that.
Oh.
All right, so Anthony,
Yeah.
do you have any idea who this is?
I have no idea. Like, the thing is, how would I be able to find out who this person is?
Did she call?
No.
Uh,
Never called.
just letter form?
Yeah. It's on they're on computers.
Well, she must go to your school.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Well, and it's probably somebody who it's obviously
somebody you know.
Yeah, it's probably somebody you know, or at least would know, familiar with, and it's somebody who's undoubtedly in a lot of emotional pain of some type, and it's potentially somebody that we really don't know what the potential is for this person.
Do you have a goof-off buddy that you could attribute
No.
this to?
No.
No. I did this to a guy named Tom in high school.
You did not.
For months.
You did not.
I had girls.
You are sick.
You didn't know that already?
Sick.
I had girls I
figuring
knew
that out?
call him as the secret admirer, and I
horrible.
taped the phone calls too.
Oh, my
We
God.
tortured this poor bastard.
If you do
for,
find out
for
though
months.
who the person is or whatever, be really careful
Right.
because a lot of times, sometimes they can be people that are really, really insecure and are just having a bad time.
Oh, right. They could be just
And-
people in pain, but they could
and
also
that can
be
make
people
it
who are
worse.
dangerous.
Of
Oh,
course, but it can make it worse.
I would suggest you
Be careful.
you be sure to catalog everything that happens, and that you tell somebody either at your school or local law enforcement just to notify, that something's going on,
Yeah.
just in case it gets weird.
But whatever happened to the good old-fashioned secret admirer? You know?
Yeah, but those
I
were
know.
like
What's wrong with
hearts
thinking that?
and guess who, not,
Yeah,
I'd rather live or die.
And
I
you know
would
what?
die.
The lunatics have screwed up all that mysterious love stuff for the normal
true.
people. I
It's
mean, now
true.
everyone's getting like put in a van and dragged off to the desert somewhere, and that's the problem. You can't do any of this beautiful sort of covert love anymore.
Yeah.
The secret admirer, right? It used to be a very quaint thing.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
it's ruined.
alert the authorities and get star 69. Let's bust this guy.
Well, we're talking to people in urban centers, and that's really what we got to do these days. That's the way it's going. This is Corey, 26. Corey,
Hi, how you doing?
very good.
Good.
Love the show.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I keep on having a continual problem with relationships that they go on for a real long time, and then all of a sudden end abruptly.
Give us an example.
Well, a 4-year relationship. I got the girl pregnant. She didn't tell me, and she broke up with me and split, and then told me a year later that we had a kid.
Really?
And again, the breakup is that the girls suddenly leave you.
Yeah, and
That's
they,
a typical thing.
When I ask why, what did I do? Is there something I can work on? Is there, they all say, well, it's I just don't love you anymore. I don't know.
How many times has this happened?
4 times.
4 times. And how long was the shortest, and how long was the longest relationship?
The most recent one was the shortest, and she was completely different than any of the other girls. Different.
But
different
she
type
still
of-
ended things suddenly in the same manner.
Yeah, it was a year and a half, and she kept on saying things like, well, if we were to get married, who would your best man be? And my grandmother's suggesting that, I need to get married and have a kid, so
So you know why that one left.
What's that?
You know why she left.
No.
Wait, why'd she leave?
Because I'm assuming you did not give her any reason to believe you were going to get married to her.
Well, yeah, for a
Okay.
year I stayed away from the whole marriage.
But that's the point. I mean, some women, really have a clock running, and
Girls talk about that stuff from the time they're 12.
yeah. absolutely.
Getting
But
married
when
and
they're in their
stuff,
late
yeah.
20s, there's really like a timer, and the timer, the alarm goes off, and that's it. They got to go on to the next guy. If you're not ready, they are.
Yeah,
I got one of those sand egg timers, except for I just keep flipping it back. I just keep turning it over perpetually.
actually.
You got one of those?
Yeah.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
Are you going to watch the big season ending or season beginning or season finale Party of 5?
Season middle.
You know what?
Middle of season. There's a big wedding episode. You may cry.
Oh, break my heart.
Mm.
The thing is, too, is I want to get married to this girl.
You do?
You
So
do
when
want to
I
marry
finally
her.
told her, hey, I think that's a really good idea. She goes, well, you know what? I need my space.
Well, wait. What about your kid?
I've never seen him. I wrote letters to the adoptive parents and everything,
Oh, my
and they've
goodness.
never contacted me back. I don't want to cause a problem,
Don't mess
make kind
that
of
up.
confusion.
Yeah.
in the
Don't
life.
mess that up. Don't mess that up for the kid.
So, I mean, when I finally found out, I didn't want to mess anything up, you know.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
he sounds like he has a good family and everything.
All right, and yes, you're being kind of a big man about this.
Well, it's tough because I'm really, really depressed. I really want to be with this last girlfriend. And it's just right after. It was just.
Sometimes when we can't get enough information from the person we're talking to, we'll call the other person. Do you want us to call her and see what's going on?
She's in Tucson now. She
we
left.
We broadcast to Tucson, so we can certainly call her.
I don't know whereabouts she is.
Corey, I guarantee if I can talk to this woman, I'll get her back for you.
I'll talk to her too.
Hey,
And
I'll give you a number when she'll be back tomorrow.
She won't take you. I'll take her.
She's just really great and was so devoted, so loving.
All right,
everything.
Scott, we got to break for a commercial.
Corey, everybody's
I'm sorry.
It's going to be too much.
Everybody
I'm
is Scott.
obsessed with Scott. Scott, you did get the snot letter though, seriously.
I did.
Good. Okay.
Okay.
Corey, listen. Let's put Corey on hold because I got some ideas about what Corey can do to get this young lady back.
All right, hold on, Corey. All right. This is Corey. If she happens to be listening down in Tucson, what's her name?
Her name's Shannon.
Shannon?
Yeah.
And this is Corey from Redlands. So hold on, Corey, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to just go to some commercials. We'll be back in a second.
Call LoveLine 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine will be right back.
All right, we're back with my boyfriend Scott Grimes, and of course the lovely, vivacious Love Hewitt.
Hey there.
We're also back with Dr. Drew. Riki Rachtman is on vacation, and we're taking more phone calls. Actually, we're going to go back to Corey, who's 26, who can't seem to stay in a long-term relationship, says they end very abruptly. Corey?
Yeah.
So, how long were you with this last one? Was it 4 years?
No, this last one was for a year and a half.
Okay, year and a half.
Right.
And you guys broke up how long ago?
About a month and a half ago.
Okay. And so it's been a little bit of time.
Yeah, but she still calls almost every day, and
Wow.
we still get together a little bit. And she tells me every day, "I love you."
And you tell her you want to marry her.
And I tell her, I love you too. I'd like to work this out. For a year, I was hung up on my last girlfriend.
Have you formally asked her to marry you?
No, I haven't had the chance. I was going to ask her for Christmas.
But what? The eggnog spilled and
yeah,
Corey.
Sometimes you can't wait for holidays.
do it tomorrow.
It's one of those things you got to go for it.
Yeah, do it tomorrow.
And
Find out
I'm
yes or
telling
no.
you, you're a cool guy, and man,
She's been talking
if you have
about you,
guts like
Corey.
that to ask like tomorrow now, anything. I mean,
Love.
she's gonna go
Love,
for
I'm
it.
going to ask for your hand on Kwanzaa this
Okay.
year. Okay, so just
Very
be
cool.
prepared.
What's
Prepare.
That's that black holiday.
Well, it was the one prior to her. It took 2 years for me to get. This one was definitely it took too long. I'm an armor, so I make Renaissance armor.
Oh,
What?
he makes Renaissance armor.
I thought you meant you were dressed in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know the guys, they
What
walk
a
around.
night! I thought he was dressed in it, like
Right,
on the
so-
horse. Cool.
Well, I was going to make this for the proposal.
You were going to make a suit of armor.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Corey. Wait.
Oh.
It took me 2 years though, and so she asked me like the day before I was finished. She says, "When are you going to ask me to marry you?" Because we're already making wedding plans and all this kind of stuff. Her parents knew all this kind of stuff, and I said, real soon. So the next day I asked her, "Hey, what's your schedule like tonight? What are you doing? All this?" And and she says, "Well, why?" I said, "Well, because I got something important to ask you." And she goes, "Well, why? What are you going to do after we get married?"
You know what, Corey? As a girl,
Yeah.
the simpler, the better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love you, and I want to marry you is better than a suit of armor. Is better than anything.
You don't want some guy like strapping on a trash
No, I
can
mean,
lid and a sprinkler key coming after you, do you?
Thank you.
That would scare her, Corey.
Thank you very much.
Wouldn't it?
No, but I mean, you don't have to do that. Just I want to marry you, and I care about you in that way is enough.
Yeah.
And if she really loves you, then that'll be enough.
It seems like it's too late now. She just like, well,
It's
I don't
not
know.
too
I just
late.
don't feel that way, but I mean, we can still be friends. We can still hang out. Who knows? Things might happen sometime in the future.
Love, I want you to know that when I'm done crocheting my gown,
Yeah.
I'm coming
and
for
me,
you.
babe.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right. After you divorce Scott.
All right, Scott.
Corey.
Corey, we got to go. Thanks for your call, all right? Good luck. Ask her, okay?
Scott's in my head.
All right, this is.
He's a demons guy.
Get me out.
Amy.
Amy.
Amy,
Hello?
15. How are you?
Hi.
What can we do for you?
Yeah, I was wondering if you were like, because last night I was like messing around with a guy, and he was on top of me, and I had on underwear and nylons, but I don't know if he came or not. I was wondering if sperm could go through underwear.
I couldn't make it through Corey's ironclad underwear, but I don't know about just your basic briefs.
I had on like cotton ones.
Oh, cotton.
Yeah, with nylon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be very, very unlikely.
I've heard always be careful, though.
Flowered
Honestly, I
pattern?
shoved that down my throat for years.
Always be careful, of course, but I mean, was there a, well, it's not likely, okay?
Okay.
It's not likely. Yes, be careful, not likely. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Here's a question
That guy's real smooth, isn't he?
Here's a call for Jennifer. Robbie, 15.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Bertram. I mean Adam.
Okay.
All right. And hi, Dr. Drew.
Hi, Robbie.
Hi, Jennifer. Love you.
Hey, how are you?
I said a question for you. What early work did you do before like Party of Five and like Birds of Paradise?
I was in Sister Act 2. I had a really small part.
Good.
Because I remember
Big bomb.
It was horrible.
Sister
that
Act
movie.
1 sucked.
I
No one had
know,
the guts
you
to
know.
say it, but who needed this Sister Act 1? And now Sister Act 2.
You're right. You're right.
Weren't you in Party of 4 for a while, too? It's a little numerical comedy there, Robbie. You with me?
Yeah, I'm there.
No, I had done some other TV shows and stuff before.
But like, what else before? There's like something because I remember.
She was a zygote before that, Robbie. She's 16, for Christ's
I was on a
sake.
show called Shaky Ground on Fox.
All right. Also, will you go out with me?
Will I go out with you?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm kind of busy right now.
We're speaking for her, sure.
I'm kind of busy.
He's just throwing that.
Robbie, why should she go out with you? Seriously.
I don't know.
He had the
pot smoker laugh.
No, he had the.
Oh, there it is.
The nerve to ask.
He had the gumption.
That is very cool.
You like that?
You've got a lot of guts.
The
It's
girls
very
like that?
cool. Girls like guts.
Yeah, but those guys on death row who are writing you are pretty ballsy too, right?
I'm not like stalking or anything. I'm not like that.
No, this isn't considered stalking.
Oh, he's got guts, but are you going to go out with him?
Scott causing
Come
trouble
on.
over here.
You know, let me think about it.
Robbie,
okay?
could you describe yourself very quickly just so we could get sort of a mental picture?
I have like dyed like bright like pink, red, orange hair.
All right.
See you later, Rob.
Right.
Piercings.
Piercings?
I'm getting all the braid,
Punky Brewster.
Great. So you look like Bozo with a tat and an earring so far, yes?
No, I don't have my head's shaved right now.
Oh,
Head's
okay.
shaved.
Your head
Okay.
shaved.
And it's purple.
All right.
Orange.
Because I had a mohawk, I had to cut it off.
Right. Now, love, what about that? I mean, you're dating a little. Do you like sort of the straight-laced, studious, fraternity type guys, or do you go for more the Riki Rachtman rebel types?
I don't know. I don't really. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm.
You don't know? Come on, you got to know.
It's different.
Do you
It's
like the
different with
funky
everyone.
guys, who don't shave and
I like
are
guys that have
dressed in
personal
black?
style. Yeah, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
You know,
What about personal hygiene?
that's
good
nice.
too?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, Robbie.
What is personal style before it becomes kind of deviant? I'm just curious for somebody your age. What does personal style mean? Not too many tattoos.
Not. I don't like tattoos.
Okay, no tattoos.
personally.
What about piercings?
Piercings are okay. I don't like nose rings.
not-
or
not
those
weird-
no
tongue
weird
rings
piercing.
or
No
belly
weird
rings or anything.
All right.
I mean, that's just personally. I don't.
Earrings are okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing your underwear would get caught on kind of piercings. Not those kind of piercings. Not your underwear
You
per
went
se,
there.
but
Yeah.
one's underwear.
Yeah, I mean that's just a little too far.
Yeah,
for
it's a
me.
little
But
something.
I mean, somebody that likes to dress maybe a little differently than everyone else. I mean that's fine, but
All right. Well, we might set you up with Iggy Pop when he comes in
there
tomorrow.
you go.
Okay, this is Candace, 14. Candace?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, my problem is I'm 14 and I've been seeing this guy who's 17, and he lives like an hour away from me. And whenever I get together with him, we always have so much fun and we make out and stuff. But then I'll come back home, and it's so long till I see him again, like a month or something. And I get so depressed, and like because he's not around or anything, that it's like not really worth seeing him for the time. And I'm wondering if you think I should keep with him, or just kind of stop seeing him.
Hour away is not that,
If
not
you really
that far.
She doesn't drive. She's 14.
Yeah, I can't drive or anything
I know.
Well,
but
if you really care about
him,
him, then it's quality, not quantity. I mean, you
Yeah, but
gotta
you see,
kind of.
it's a pain. But this is a painful experience for her. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's,
Yeah, but is not seeing him it's gonna be even worse.
Well, what is it that makes you so depressed? Just the fact that he's not accessible to you?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, because
I mean,
I
a certain
always
time there's a certain
more fun. Okay, go ahead.
sometimes circumstances prevail in a relationship. I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
it's just not realistic to try to maintain.
I mean,
the
it's a
relationship.
fact that long-distance relationships are hard.
And they don't usually
And
work.
in hours,
If
you don't drive, is considered a long distance.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And if he, I find it a little concerning that he doesn't he's the one that drives and doesn't live up to his end of the bargain and really make an effort to come down more often.
But the thing is, he couldn't because my mom wouldn't. My mom's really protective and watches pretty much what I do.
So she won't let it happen.
Yeah.
And there is, don't you agree the age difference there is a little bit substantial? 14, 17?
Yeah,
That's
there's definitely. I mean, age, I don't know, is not that big of a thing, but
when
I
you're
mean,
14,
between
3
14
years
and
is a lot.
17, that's a pretty big thing.
Candace, it's probably doomed.
But I don't think we can make up your mind for you.
Right.
You've got to decide what you're going to do.
Yeah.
But we certainly support your decision either way. whether
Don't
it's
measure
rational.
the distance, measure the man.
Well said.
Thank
There you go. That was very deep.
All right,
Thank
Candace,
you.
good night.
Nice.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. We got a break again.
LoveLine.
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 The phone number for LoveLine is 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Oh, we're back, and I know there's a lot of people who are incarcerated who would love to write us about now, and you can write us at LoveLine, P.O. Box 4345, Hollywood, California, 90078. That address again, P.O. Box 4345, Hollywood, California, 90078. We're back here with Scott Grimes and Love Hewitt from Party of Five, an attractive couple. You guys ever think about anything, any on the set
Well, on the
romance
show.
going on?
No.
But on the show.
We're brother
on the
and
show.
sister.
We're brother and sister in real life.
Yeah. He takes care of me.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
talking
I'll bet he does.
not in the real brother and sister sense, just you adopt someone as a family member.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but on the show, yes, there's stuff happening.
There is. And what about off behind
You just
the
asked
scenes?
that. You just
I want
asked
to know.
that, Adam.
But
You're
I'm asking
delving,
again.
You're not going to get it.
Is anything going on?
No.
No.
What about that blonde one?
No. Brother and sister.
I love her. God, I love her. All right, so we got the big marriage episode I put a curse on this Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
Love,
on
can you
Fox.
guys set him up with the
Can
girl
you
from
put in a
Canada?
word?
Try. She's probably back in Canada now.
Yes. Can you
I'll
seriously?
mention
I
you.
will.
Will you?
Yeah.
I'd appreciate
I'll put in
that.
a good word.
All right, and of course, Love's album Let's Go Bang,
Let's
or
Go
CD, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, all right, that's a dance. We're not going to get into that.
Yeah.
And Scott, you have a band as well.
I do have a band.
How
Scott
come everyone
Grimes,
on TV has a
check
band?
out this name. Scott Grimes and the Misdemeanors. See if
Oh,
you
really?
Can you get the little pun in there?
Scott Grimes.
And
Oh, like
Grimes.
crimes.
Hey.
Right. That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible.
I know, we're working on
No
it.
one will get that
We're
but me. And you guys are going to be playing somewhere soon?
We're playing the Roxy next month. We're playing Twin Palms next month.
Okay.
We play around everywhere.
Right. And Dr. Drew, you have a band called the Enema Bags. Am I right? You guys are going to be playing?
They're incredible,
You
by
guys
the
will be
way.
at the Crush Club?
The Enema Bags are pretty good.
No.
You're.
Oh.
Okay.
You don't have a band. All right. How much time do I have to kill, Doc?
20 seconds.
Oh.
10 seconds.
Hurry up.
It's been fun.
All right. It's been fun.
How about thanking these guys for having
Thank you
been-
guys for coming in.
Thanks.
You've
Thank
been a good
you.
time.
Thanks.
Riki Rachtman is on vacation all this week, but he will be back. I'm sure he'll be rested and pissed all at the same time.
And we'll be
And
back.
Iggy Pop tomorrow night.
Iggy
Yes.
Pop tomorrow night.
Iggy.
Until then, this is Adam Carolla.
This is Dr. Drew. We'll see you here tomorrow night.
You have been listening to LoveLine. The opinions expressed by Riki Rachtman, Dr. Drew, Adam Carolla, or anybody else on this program are not necessarily anyone's. LoveLine producer, Ann Wilkins. Thank you.